Well, here we have our basic soda bread dough, and this has to be lightly kneaded before baking. To lightly knead the dough, we again dust the board with a little flour, the same as we did for kneading, same as you would do for kneading a yeast mixture. But the kneading for the yeast mixture is a completely different type of kneading than we have for this here. This is lightly kneaded. You have to use a little bit of pressure when you're kneading a yeast mixture. So we just transfer the dough to the lightly floured board. Now it's worth mentioning here as well, whether you're making traditional soda bread or scones or scones, have your dough quite wet. If the mixture is too dry, you're going to have a hard, dry bread after baking. So dust the tips of your fingers with a little flour, and then you just lightly knead the dough. So you're basically just rolling the dough in some flour. And there are two reasons why we need a soda bread. First of all, to introduce air, so you get a nice light bread after baking, and the air helps in the rising. And secondly, to get a nice smooth finish on the cake. So there, when you're finished kneading a traditional soda bread, it only takes a few seconds, as you see, and you should end up with a nice smooth mixture as we have here. That could be put onto a plain flat baking sheet now and a cross cut around the top of it, or as I'm going to do today, I'm going to transfer it to a 2-pound loaf tin, where you just put it into the prepared tin, which is greased and base lined, press the dough down, and then so that it rises nice and evenly, we're going to put a cut down the centre of the bread. So here we have our 2-pound loaf of traditional wholemeal bread ready for the oven.